All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, their great millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here preaching this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This your bro Matazai coming back with another video. When I ran across this article, I found it pretty interesting, because the WEF, which is basically the World Economic Forum, you got these leaders, these so-called leaders, of the future, that want to shape the world into how they want it to be in the near future. And the things that they've been talking about, have been getting spread around the internet, people been catching wind of it. But now you have a lot of people that's caught on to the things that they're doing, and a lot of people are basically rising up against it, because basically the World Economic Forum, they are the ones that they're trying to basically establish the New World Order. They're basically trying to establish the New World Order, and they want to shape basically the entire world under this New World Order system, and a lot of people, they see the plans, they hear about the plans and things that they have, and a lot of people are basically rising up against this agenda that they have. So this article, it says the British rise up against the WEF's 15-minute city. And it says they destroy cameras. They're basically destroying this system that they're trying to set up, because in this 15-minute city plan that these elites have, they basically want to, basically concentrate, the population into a certain area, to basically have better control over the people. They want to concentrate, I would give an example as to like New York City, how you have, New York City is a lot more, it's a lot bigger than the plans that they have. But, the way that New York City is, you have a lot of people concentrated in one area, and that's how they want these 15-minute cities. But on a smaller scale, they want a lot of people, basically concentrated into this little area to better have control over the population. And with that, they're setting up, they're going to set up a lot of different cameras to monitor people, and so on and so forth. So these people, they're basically destroying all of these cameras and basically destroying all this infrastructure that they're setting up, to create these 15-minute cities, which lets you know that a lot of people have caught wind of the plans of these elites, and the scriptures actually go into that, But let's just read, a little bit of this article, and then we'll hit a few scriptures to kind of, give a little bit more clarity on the times that we're in and the things that's going on, in these times, But it says the UK is poised to ditch the World Economic Forum's 15-minute city agenda. And these are the things that they're actually setting these things up right now over here in the US. Over here in the USA, over here in Great Babylon, America, they are already starting to set these things up. But the difference between Americans and these British people, that this article is mentioning, these Americans are not rising up against these agendas that these elites have. They're destroying cities, they're doing land grabs, they setting fires like over there in Los Angeles, to burn that place down. Then they're going to rebuild it into a 15-minute city. These Americans are not rising up like these other people around the world, and I wonder why. You should have all different types of, riots and chaos and protests in the streets over these agendas that these elites are trying to bring forth. So the UK, they ain't playing with this. They not playing no games. But you people that's over here, you American citizens, y'all should be in the same spirit that these British people are in, rising up against the government and destroying their infrastructure, that they're trying to, basically create a prison for you, But let's go down real quick. It says It says the dystopian urban planning concept, which aims to create a compact and confined communities where essential services are within a 15-minute walk or bike ride, has faced fierce resistance from the British public, and that's good. You know what I'm saying? They rising up against the gut. They making it hard for these people to establish it. But you Americans, y'all making this shit easy, man. They setting this shit up right before your eyes right now. You know? But it says at the heart of the backlash is the extensive network of cameras installed to enforce ultra-low emission zones and other zero emission schemes tied to 15-minute city framework. You know, so they have all these cameras and things like that set up because this is going to be one of the primary things, the primary tools they use to govern you people in this new world order, in this new system, you know, which includes these 15-minute cities, because they have to have a way to watch you and govern you and monitor you and penalize you when they see something, when they see you doing something, you know, that's outside of their guidelines, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And they use these cameras, you know, which these are going to be some highly advanced AI, artificial intelligence monitored cameras, you know. But it says these cameras designed to penalize drivers of older, non-compliant vehicles and restrict people to tightly confined areas have become symbols of globalist overreach for many. So people see what's coming down the pipe and they don't want no parts of this because, you know, this is basically, it says, and restrict people to tightly confined areas, which that's a prison, you know. That's a digital prison, but they're trying to sell it to you as if you don't need a car. You know, basically you don't need a car no more. You know what I'm saying? They're basically taking people's independence away, and they're trying to make they're trying to make people rely on them so that they have full control. So they don't want you, you know, they're making it a law to, you know, you can't start your own garden, you know, you can't grow your own food and things like that. You can't hunt, you know, you can't collect rainwater, you know, you can't, they're trying to do away with you people's independence so that you rely on them so that you can have they have full control over you, you know. So this 15-minute city is basically just like an open prison. You know what I'm saying? You can roam around, but outside of that zone, then you get restrictions. You see? But let's play this video real quick and let's see. It says Blade Runner cuts down these cameras in London. These cameras are tools for tyranny. And let's play this video real quick to see what's going on. Spider-Man does whatever a Spider-Man does. Timber! See you fucking later. There you go. Didn't last very long, did it, folks? Didn't last very long at all. See you fucking later. You Les, down on the deck. Have some of that. Boys ain't messing around here. Boys ain't messing around here. Yeah. Have some of that. Yeah, so people rising up, man. They see what's going on, you know. And they didn't take him no time at all to cut that down. You know, which he should have. You know, I don't want him to get electrocuted, but he could have cut the cord, really, because they can just put that shit right back up. But, you know, it just goes to show you that these people are basically, they don't want any parts of this World Economic Forum. They don't want any parts of this new world order that they're trying to establish, man. But it says reports indicate that an astonishing 90% of these devices have been destroyed, largely by a shadowy activist group known as Blade Runners. This vigilante collective has taken credit for dismantling the surveillance infrastructure, vowing to remove every last camera in defiance of what they call an assault on personal freedom. You see, this scale of destruction is staggering. Across London and other cities, virtually all cameras linked to the emission schemes have been targeted, smashed, and unbolted or otherwise disabled. The Blade Runners campaign has struck a chord with a public increasingly frustrated by punitive, if I said that right, punitive and intrusive globalist policies. You see? So let's see what this was. I guess this is another video of them taking down these cameras. Let's play it real quick. They're taking them all down. And let's see, it says, England is on the verge of shutting down the World Economic Forum's 15-minute cities program after almost all the cameras were destroyed and 50,000 people refused to pay the fines. Cameras cannot be protected if the police refuse to take, I guess, action. Let's see. So they're taking all these cameras down. Yeah, so people rising up, man. People rising up against these people. So let's go back. It says mass defiance overwhelms the system. It says compounding the chaos, over 50,000 citizens have reportedly refused to pay fines issued for driving non-compliant vehicles. You know, so now they're trying to get these people to drive certain cars now, and they're going to fine them if they keep driving cars that are, you know, non-compliant, I guess, with their new regulations. And it says this wave of non-compliance has created a logistical nightmare for authorities. Courts already stretched thin are simply not equipped to process such a vast number of cases. Legal experts suggest that prosecuting tens of thousands of individuals would clog the judicial system for years, rendering convictions impractical. You see? Look at all these people rising up. 15-minute cities, what a load of bollards. You know, I guess that's some British slang. Beat for freedom. Free our streets. So people, hey, they know what's going on. You see? You know, and you can read the rest of this. Let's see if it's something else I want to touch on real quick. Adding fuel to the fire, police appear reluctant or outright unwilling to intervene. Sources claim that law enforcement officers, many of whom live in the affected communities, are siding with the public rather than protecting the cameras or cracking down on the blade runners. Officers are reportedly turning a blind eye, leaving these surveillance systems defenseless. You know, so the police are taking the side of these, what do they call them? The blade runners. So police are taking their side because police, they actually know what's going on as well. You know what I'm saying? They know that these people are in the right. You know, they just have a job to do, you know, basically. But when they think about it, the grand scheme of things and how they're trying to basically turn these places into prisons, and these police officers are going to be, you know, prisoners as well in this system. You know, they're, you know, in a nutshell, they want to take the side of, you know, these regular citizens, but at the same time, they have a job to do, you know. So when they see things like this going on, they try to turn a blind eye, because ultimately they know the grand scheme of what these elites are trying to do, you know. So it's going to get to a point where all these people, even police officers and things like that, they're going to have, they're if they want these 15-minute cities and they want these things to establish, they're going to have to cause something drastic to happen to where they can move in, you know, establish a martial law and so on and so forth. That way they can get these plans up and running. But, you know, trying to go about it this way, you know, these people, they're going to keep rising up and they're going to keep destroying their infrastructure, because ultimately they know what they're trying to do. You know, it's not going to work. So they're going to have to come with something drastic, you know, to try to justify establishing these 15-minute cities and this New World Order infrastructure, you know. And they can easily do that over here in Great Babylon, America, because these people, they just basically let these elites do what they want to do, you know. These Americans, they should be in the same spirit as these British. But let's see real quick. You know, and I think that's pretty much it. So let's go into this real quick. And this is 2 Ezra 15 and 16. And it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their power in the course of their actions shall stand in their own power." So these people, they're not going to, it's coming to the point where people are not going to regard their kings or their princes. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to regard them. They're not going to try to take orders from them no more. They're not going to try to listen to what they have to say, you know, because ultimately they know that the agenda that they have is not going to benefit the people. You know, so the people there, they see how evil and wicked these rulers are, and, you know, they're not going to regard them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to basically take things into their own hands, you know, and this is what these, you know, these Blade Runners, these vigilantes, this is what they're doing. They're taking actions in their own hand and standing in their own power, you know. So they're going out, you know, on their own means to destroy what these elites are trying to set up, you know. So that's them not regarding their kings nor their princes, you know, and taking actions into their own hands. You know what I'm saying? Let's go into this. This is Luke 12 and 2. And it says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." You know what I'm saying? Because you have all of these rumors, quote unquote, just call them rumors, but really it's actually based on facts and the things that they're actually trying to do, you know, but they're call it conspiracy theory, you know. But these are actually things that they're trying to do, and a lot of people are catching wind of these agendas, you know, because it's to the point where these elites, they're not hiding what they're trying to do no more. You know, they're basically coming out in the open with it, you know, basically telling you to your face that, yeah, we're going to create a small confined prison for you, you know, that'll have all the things that you need, you know, to, you know, basically live, but you're going to be confined to this certain area and by our rules. And if you go against those rules, then you're going to get penalized, you know, or even put to death. So this is what they're trying to do. You know, they're basically just trying to get their foot in the door. And once they have enough people that opted into this lifestyle, then they'll be able to bring more draconian measures. You know, then they'll be able to freeze your bank account, you know, and they'll have full control over you. So these people, they're basically trying to keep these elites from even getting their foot in the door, you know. And like I said, it's people in other countries, but you Americans, y'all are just, you know, you're letting these elites do what they want with you. You know, you're letting them get their foot in the door. You're letting them jump all over your couch, go in your refrigerator, eat all your food. You're just letting these motherfuckers do whatever they want to do, you know? And then when they start taking your rights away and start, you know, penalizing you for, you know, having freedom of speech, and, you know, which freedom of speech, that's already out the door too, because they're trying to do away with the Constitution. You know, this New World Order, there's no room for the Constitution in this New World Order, you know? But it just goes to show you that people's eyes are open and they see what's going on. So there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. So everybody knows about this New World Order now. And it's to the point now where these people, they're rising up against it. You know, this is Job 20 and 22. And it says, matter of fact, let's go to the chapter real quick. And it said, let's just start at 19. This is Job 20 and 19. It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he builded not. Because these elites, they're about to get ready to start taking everything from you people, all your possessions, everything that you own. They're about to, this is why they have this phrase, which goes along with their New World Order, Slocky, that goes along with their New World Order, is basically, it says, you will own nothing and be happy, because they don't want you people to own anything, because they want you to have complete control over you. They don't want you to have no type of independence, So they're going to oppress and forsake the poor. It said, because he had violently taken away an house which he builded not. And it says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. And it says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. You see that? So he's going to go through difficult time trying to establish this New World Order. Straits basically means difficulty, difficult. It basically means hard times, like difficult times, straits, difficulty. So it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, which is the wicked in this scripture right here is basically it's talking about the working class people, the citizens, the ones that are at the bottom, the ones that basically are being ruled over by these wicked elites. These people, these everyday people, are basically going to, come against these elites and come against these rulers. It's basically what it's talking about. So in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. So he's going to have a difficult time trying to establish this New World Order, because, these people are going to be rising up against them, because everybody's caught wind of what they're trying to do. So they're going to have to justify, or in order to complete this New World Order, they're going to have to do something drastic to basically be justified on rolling in on everybody, and having complete power over everybody. That way they can put them in the system, because trying to do it this way, they're not going to be able to do it this way. It's going to be very hard. So they're going to have to do something called some type of, C19 2.0, some type of outbreak or disease or virus or something like that. That way they can have control. It's going to be something like that, T attack or something like that, where they're justified on doing this, but trying to do it this way, they're not going to be able to do it, man. So it just goes to show you that, most people are not with this agenda that they're trying to establish. You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much it. So, I'm going to go ahead and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.